All the best.
Thank you,
Please,
sir.
I request to Akhilesh Kumar Tripathi, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Somya.
Good evening, sir.
What is an accomplice, Somya?
Sir, an accomplice is someone who has been a part of the crime. He was, sorry, sir. He was a party with the accused persons who have committed the crime.
Okay, tell me the difference between abduction and kidnapping.
Yes, sir. Kidnapping is taking out of the lawful guardianship of a person who is minor in case of boy under the age of 16 years and for a girl under the age of 18 years or a person of unsound mind without the consent of such guardian. However, abduction is taking a person forcefully or by deceit. So kidnapping is basically age specific or of an unsound person, but abduction is not age specific.
Okay, what is quantum merit?
So quantum merit is a term which is used for the contract for determining the amount of compensation uh, in the case of breaches of contract.
Mens rea. Have you heard about mens rea?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the case name where first time determined the mens rea.
Sir, I am having a case in my mind, but I'm not very sure if it is the first case. The case name which I know is State of Maharashtra versus M.H. George case.
Is it is it a part of Indian law or not? Mens rea.
Yes, sir, it is part of Indian law.
Tell me now. Tell me that what is the difference between co-accused and accomplice?
Co-accused is someone who is on the trial with the accused person, so they are all on the charge sheet named with the accused persons. And an accomplice who is someone who has been a part of the crime but may have turned approver or is on the side of prosecution, now giving evidence against the accused person.
What is Dolly capex?
Dolichopax. Sir, dolichopax is the term used for the child between the age of 7 to 14 years, where for determining his liability, the mental understanding is to be considered.
Okay, what do you understand by rarest? Yeah, rarest of the rare.
Yes, sir. So the rarest of the rare case was a doctrine which was given for determining the quantum of the death. Sorry, sir, not the quantum, whether the death punishment shall be given to a person or not. The rarest of the rare case is such a case that is so grave and against the public morality that that the accused person shall be given the death punishment.
Give an example of rare of rarest.
Sir, there was a case, Nithari case, where the accused persons used to rape minor girls or girls and then used to kill them and even eat them. So, this is such a case where the morality of the public at large was shaken.
आपका एक पड़ोसी है जो सीढ़ी से छत पे चढ़ा है, आप देखते हो जाके वो सीढ़ी हटा देते हो उसकी। आपने किस कोटि का अपराध किया है?
Sir, sir, if I am removing the ladder, then I have committed theft if it was my intention to dishonestly take away that property.
Are you sure with your answer?
Yes, sir.
So my last question to you that is it necessary to hold LLB degree for the post of Chief Justice of India?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Sir, one of the qualification for being Supreme Court judge involves that they can be an eminent jurist.
But is it necessary that for eminent jurist you need a LLB degree?
Yes, sir. If we consider the case of an eminent jurist, then a person who might not be from a legal background or holding a LLB degree can be a jurist and can have opinion about law and order and public affairs of the state.
Okay, thank you, Soumya. Now I would like to request Jha sir. Sir, please continue your interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Somya.
Good evening, sir.
Somya, I just wanted to know in what kind of cases the concept of plea bargaining usually does not apply.
So, the plea bargaining usually does not apply in cases of socio-economic offences or offences against women or offences against children below the age of 16 years, I think. I can recall.
Okay. And is there any kind of possibility regarding the reconciliation?
Reconciliation, sir, in plea bargaining matters.
Yeah.
So, plea bargaining basically works upon mutual satisfactory disposition. So, the parties sit together and discuss about, put forward their cases to each other and come to an amicable settlement.
Okay.
So it is a kind of reconciliation, and it is a sentence bargaining basically, where the parties agree upon a compensation, and then the court look into the mutual satisfactory disposition that have parties have arrived at, and then the case is disposed of finally.
Okay. Soumya, have you heard the word of the summary trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to know ki, as per the Code of Criminal Procedure, who is empowered to conduct the procedure of the summary trial?
So the High Courts, the Court of Session, and the Metropolitan Magistrate and the CGM are empowered to conduct the summary procedures.
And what is the maximum punishment being as a magistrate you can give under the code of the CRPC in
So
summary trial?
in the summary trial, sir, it can be 6 months.
Maximum 6 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Soumya, will you please try to explain ki what is the basis of the FIR? Is it a evidentiary? Is it considered as like an evidence?
So FIR is the first information report which a person gives to the concerned authorities, basically the police officers, that an offence has been committed. The evidentiary value of FIR is that it can be used to contradict or corroborate the statement of the informant, and that it is not a substantial piece of evidence, but it can be used for corroboration or contradiction.
Okay. Let's suppose, Soumya, there is a civil dispute between you and me, and you just filed a plaint before the Honorable Civil Court, Union Division. ठीक है? Now the thing is that how much time will I get it to file my written statement? Maximum.
So maximum you can get 90 days. In general, 30 days are given, but it is extendable to 90 days.
And how it will calculate?
So it will be calculated from the day when the summon has been served.
Okay. Soumya, will you please try to explain ki what are the sources of the Muslim law?
So the primary sources of Muslim laws include Quran, Hadith, Sunnat, Ijmas, and Qiyas. And there are also secondary sources which includes custom, judicial precedents, and the legislations, and also justice, equity, and good conscience.
Okay. Soumya, there is a provision under the Hindu Succession Act, and in that kind of situation, normally the three categories of the female, they get a partition share in their respective property. So I just wanted to know the relations of these all the three persons in a female category, which is directly or indirectly related to the deceased person.
So one of them being mother, one of them is the widow, and then the daughters.
And what about grandmother and the wife? Don't you think so? That would also be considered?
So for partition purpose, wife, if the deceased person is dying, then widow is already entitled. So wife comes in that category. I think that is your question.
Okay, Soumya, there is a one last question. Ki what are the essentials of the Indian Contract Act? And please also discuss the preamble of the Indian Contract Act along with.
Sir, the essential conditions for a contract is that there should be an agreement. The agreement should be between parties who are competent to contract. The parties should have a free consent to enter the contract. The contract should be for should not be a void consideration or an illegal or unlawful object, and whole of the contract should not be void. Uh,
What about
the
preamble?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to recall that. Uh, so, sorry, sir, I'm not able to
Okay,
recall the
Soumya,
exact
not an
term.
issue. Thank you so much. And now I would like to request Mummy Jain sir. He will continue with you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, sir.
Soumya.
Thank you, sir.
Soumya, is there any difference between prohibition and statutory writs?
So, first of all, good evening. Yes, Prohibition is when a court is directing the when a superior court is directing the inferior court to prohibit from carrying on any order or decision that it has to take. Now the decision has not been taken; it is at an initial stage that the proceedings are being prohibited. However, certiorari is when a superior court quashes the order of the inferior court for being illegal or any matter which is for excess of the jurisdiction of that court.
And what is curative petition?
Yes, a curative petition is filed after the revision has been filed. The basic definition can be that curative petition is a revision of the revision which has been held.
Okay, and Soumya, what is protest petition under CRPC?
Yes, sir. Protest petition is a kind of a complaint which the person is filing when in case the police officers or the court when the police officers has provided the information that there aren't sufficient evidences to proceed with the case and a negative report has been filed, or in case when the complaint case has been dismissed. So the person moves the court that there are
Okay,
evidences and
Soumya. Okay, Soumya. Is there any difference between voluntary not-fit injury and silently not-fit injury?
yes, sir. So, voluntary non-fit injuria is a doctrine which says that if a person is voluntarily taking a risk, then he is not liable to the damages or compensation. However, scientific not fit injuria means that a mere knowledge of risk does not mean that a person is consenting to that risk.
Okay, Soumya, one last question. What
Yes.
is anticipatory breach of contract?
So, anticipatory breach of contract means that the contract has been breached before the time the actual performance of contract has come.
Okay, Soumya. I would like to request Satin sir, kindly continue.
सौम्या जी, आप कंफर्ट हैं पूरी तरीके से?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
गुड इवनिंग। आप कहाँ से हैं वैसे?
Sir, I'm from Bahadurgarh, Haryana.
तो आप उत्तर प्रदेश में जज बनना चाहते हैं?
Yes, sir.
हरियाणा में ट्राई किया आपने? नहीं अभी तक?
सर किया था लास्ट टाइम, मेरा फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट था।
मान लीजिएगा यूपी में हो जाता है आपका,
हाँ जी।
तो फिर इसके बाद हरियाणा ट्राई करेंगे आप?
Sir, my main aim is to become a judicial officer. So the state which offers me the opportunity first, I'll serve that state with whole dedication.
मतलब अगर आप यूपी में सेलेक्टेड हो जाती हैं तो फिर इसके बाद आप विचार बिल्कुल भी नहीं करने वाले? या
Sir,
करते हैं?
नहीं, sir, I will not.
अच्छा, अपना रोल नंबर बताइए मुझे।
Sir, 015339.
ओके। हरियाणा आजकल काफ़ी चर्चाओं में है, कुछ बताएंगे किस वजह से है?
Yes, sir. Sir, there have been communal violence in the areas of Noor and Gurugram. So, due to which there have been unrest in the state, in the part of state.
हाल ही में कुछ सालों में ज़्यादा घटनाएं हमें इस तरह की देखने के लिए मिली हैं। इसके पीछे का कारण क्या हो सकता है?
So there can be varied reasons, but mostly the communal rights are due to some deviants and miscreants who try to breach the peace and tranquility of the society.
ओके। आपने अपना डिस्ट्रिक्ट डाला है झज्जर।
Yes.
झज्जर किस वजह से जाना जाता है?
So Jhajjar as such is not known for anything.
एंड हरियाणा इस्टेब्लिश कब हुआ था?
So Haryana was established on 1st November 1966.
आप श्योर हैं?
Yes.
फिर आप मुझे बताइए मैक्सिमम जजेस कितने होते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में?
So the maximum strength of Supreme Court judges is 34, 1 plus 33.
नाउ एट दिस टाइम कोई एनी फीमेल जजेस हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में?
So at present there are 3 serving female judges.
नेम?
Justice Hima Kohli, Justice B.V. Nagratna, and Justice Bella Trivedi.
आप मुझे आर्टिकल 19 की ग्राउंड्स बता दीजिएगा कितनी है बस।
So there are 6 freedoms which are provided under Section 19. Article 19, sorry, sir.
ओके। एक आर्टिकल 92 है हमारे इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, वो क्या कहता है?
So the 19.2 talks about the reasonable restrictions which can be imposed against the freedom of speech and expression by the state.
आपके हरियाणा में एक पानीपत डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, सिटी भी है,
Yes.
उसकी हिस्टोरिकल इम्पोर्टेंस बताइए मुझे।
So Panipat has been a battleground, and there have been three major wars in Panipat. The first one was the first battle of Panipat, by which the Mughal Empire was basically established. It was between Ibrahim Lodi and
ओके,
Babur.
यूपी में आपको यूपी जुडिशरी में अगर आप सेलेक्टेड हो जाती हो तो आप सबसे पहले प्रीफर किस डिस्ट्रिक्ट को देना चाहेंगे?
Uh, so I have done my LLM from Lucknow, so I am little bit familiar with that place. So maybe that would be my first preference.
ओके, सो मैं मेरा लास्ट क्वेश्चन है आपसे।
Yes, sir.
आपको अटॉर्नी जनरल की क्वालिफिकेशंस बतानी है बस केवल।
Okay, sir. Sir, Attorney General of India be qualified to be a Supreme Court judge.
सौम्या जी, आपका मॉक कंप्लीट होता है यहाँ पर। आप नॉलेज वेरी गुड है आपकी, मतलब और थोड़ा सा उसमें रिवीजन करेंगे तो ठीक हो जाएगा, मतलब लॉ से रिलेटेड में थोड़ा इलस्ट्रेशंस और प्रॉब्लम्स जो प्रॉब्लम हैं उन पर और काम करने की ज़रूरत है आपको, ठीक है। एंड आप फैमिलियर मत होइएगा पैनलिस्ट के साथ, ठीक है। मतलब ये मैं हम लोग नोटिस कर रहे थे, तो आप अगर आप कंफर्टेबल हैं तो ज़्यादा अब एक लिमिट, एक दायरे में कन्वर्सेशन करने की कोशिश करें। एंड आप स्माइल रखेंगे तो ठीक है, 2-3 बार आप थोड़ा ओवर लाफिंग करिए आपने बाय फेस, तो मतलब बॉडी के जो फेस एक्सप्रेशन है वो कंट्रोल में रखें, ठीक है।
Okay, sir.
एंड थोड़ा हरियाणा के बारे में, और क्योंकि आप हरियाणा से आउट ऑफ स्टेट हैं, हालांकि मैं यूपी में इस तरह की बातें होती नहीं है डिस्क्रिमिनेशन वाली, परंतु फिर भी किसी न किसी आधार पे वो थोड़ा बहुत वो कर सकते हैं, यदि क्योंकि उन्हें पता ही होगा कि आप आउट ऑफ स्टेट हैं, तो इसलिए हरियाणा के बारे में और इस घटना को थोड़ा सा और आप ले सकते हैं। इसमें
Okay,
आप सोशल मीडिया की भूमिका बता सकते थे। मैंने जो आपसे पूछा था कि ग्राउंड
yes,
क्या है,
yes,
केवल एक आपको ग्राउंड्स बतानी थी, मैंने ये नहीं पूछा था कि है क्या वो, ठीक है सर।
yes.
तो उसमें सोशल मीडिया और बहकावे से ही ज़्यादातर ये चीज़ें होती हैं, कहीं न कहीं हमारा ये ज़िम्मेदार है। थोड़ा हरियाणा पे काम कर लेना और थोड़ा अपना लीगल्स जो हैं, बाकी हमारी तरफ से ओवरऑल गुड है, और हम सभी की सहमति से आपको 55 मार्क्स दे रहे हैं आउट ऑफ 100, ठीक है। आपको
Yes.
कुछ पूछना है? ध्यान रखिएगा अपना, हमारी तरफ से शुभकामनाएँ हैं, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you, sir.